welcome to Local Rock Talk. My name is Paul, I'm the host. And look at this. And I have a co-host.
I'm Kyle Noonan, the co-host, and we have Eden's Lie today. So if you guys can introduce yourself, maybe talk about like what instruments you guys play, that'd be great.
My name is Jeff Richards. I do lead vocals and acoustic guitar.
My name is Robbie Gagnon. I play electric guitar.
I'm Jimmy Green, and I play the bass.
So what genre of music is Eden's Lie? If you can kind of talk about that a little bit.
Melodic hard rock.
Melodic hard rock. So if you could say you sound like any bands, what would be your influences?
Eden's Lie.
Eden's Lie is your influences.
Oh, influences. So many of them. What do you think?
Well, influences doesn't mean that's who we sound like. I mean, we definitely have
That's true.
a newer edge with an 80s flair.
Okay.
Big guitar riffs, loud drums. We're not a toned down mellow band, but we're not a metal band.
Yep.
Yeah, high energy.
So it's
catchy tunes, harmonies.
So what do you use for like equipment on like live performances?
So I use 2 Marshall stacks.
Yeah.
Mostly Ibanez guitars live. Play a Steve Vai Jam and an RV Anniversary Edition.
Shure wireless microphones. Because I can't have a cord. It's not, I'll trip over it.
I feel like I trip over a chord too.
Jimmy?
I use a Ernie Ball bass with I use a Crate 215 cab with an SWR head.
That's cool.
Really pushes it.
So you guys can carry it around for us if you want.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay. I have a question. When did you start writing music?
As a band or personally?
Probably personally,
Yeah.
just yourself.
Probably about 12 years old. Started getting into music, playing drums, toying around on the guitar, and getting interested in doing singing and stuff.
I came out of the womb writing music.
So it just came naturally to you writing music?
Yeah, I bumped into Kiss really as a little kid, and started playing drums, and just probably from the age of 6 or 7 on, was tinkering around. Obviously, the songs back then weren't as well put together as they are today, but yeah, I've just wanted to be a musician since I was a little kid. And someday I will be.
We still work hard at it.
Right. How did you meet everyone in your band?
Me and Robbie have known each other a long time.
Yeah, we used to rehearse in different bands together.
Yeah. So basically a few years ago, I started recording some new music and asked him to help me out with the recording. We have basically the same kind of recording setup, so we're able to go to each other's house if needed and work on stuff. And yeah, we just started writing songs, working on stuff, and then we just decided, hey, let's play in the band. And so we reformed Eden's Lie, and then started looking for a bass player, and Mr. Jimmy Green here got the word. And
Cool.
we jammed and been jamming ever since.
How'd you get the name for your band? Is there like a history to it?
I wish there was a cool reason for it, but it was just like
Just
way,
sounded
way
cool.
back in the day when the band started, it was kind of like, when you first try to come up with a name, it's never like, it's always stupid stuff you come up with at first, like just dumb names. But then we started like kind of focusing. I said somebody said like Eve's Lie, and then I was like, what about Eden's Lie? Because we had Eden and something else, and then it just stuck, so we've been just using that ever since.
Yeah, I totally get the first time you're trying to make a band name, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, and
like-
then you start coming up. I think we did that when we were trying to name the album too.
Sure.
Just like the dumbest things we could think of.
Yeah, me and my friend were trying to think of a name for our band, so we came up with Leftover Pasta because pasta's still good when it's left over.
Yeah,
So
that's true,
we're still
yeah.
good artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget about the leftover pasta.
And it never gets easy naming an album
No.
as you get more and more involved. I don't know what it is.
So where is the best venue personally that you guys played at, even if it's in a different band that you played for?
What do you think, Jimmy?
Well, Jewel's a nice place to play, but when we did Laconia Fest, that was pretty cool. That stage was humongous.
Yeah, playing outdoors is awesome.
So, outdoor festival.
Wally's in
Yeah.
Hampton's awesome. Great stage sound. Jewel, that's one of our favorite places.
Everyone talks about the Jewel nightclub in
Yeah.
Manchester, and when they
It's-
come on here.
It's great. The lights, you got a nice stage,
Yeah.
lights, sound system.
When I went there, like the sound quality was like really like perfect.
Yeah.
From what I thought, compared to other venues I've been to, like the Royal in Boston and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
I think the most fun venue I played the Xfinity Center in a previous band
Yeah.
down in Mansfield.
That is a good venue. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
always
you
a
guys
total
can
hope.
tell us some of the bands you enjoyed playing with live, that'd be really cool. I feel like the fans would like to hear that.
Tester's fun to play with.
Yep, they're good band.
Cool guys.
I like to get them on my show.
Yeah. Surprised you haven't yet.
I'm gonna try to this year.
Yeah.
Hey, Chucky, Tony, please come on, look at Rock Talk.
We've been kind of lucky in the last couple of years to open for a bunch of national acts. Michael Sweet of Striper, Saliva,
Yeah, Trickster was fun to play with.
Trickster,
Brett
LA
Michaels.
Guns, Brett Michaels, Warrant. We're actually going to be opening up for Bullet Boys in Enough's Enough at Jewel this May. Those are probably my favorite opening for the national acts because
Yeah.
just exposing the band to people in a similar genre as ours, and check it out. you know.
Speaking of upcoming shows, do you guys have any upcoming shows that maybe the fans might want to go to and attend?
Yeah, March 30th, we're in Salem, New Hampshire at the VFW, doing an all-night event there. And then May 18th, the Jewel nightclub with Bullet Boys and Enough's Enough. That's what we have so far. We'll get to the chit-chat for you this summer. I'm sure we can swing in there and play. And
Yes, I want to film you guys live too.
yeah, that's right,
the
you do
whole
filming,
set.
right? Yeah.
Because I've been doing that, so.
It's getting into the springtime, it'll be soon, and that's when we'll start booking a lot of shows for the summer and stuff, and promoting the new album.
Cool.
So if fans can listen to your music, how can they find it? Do you have like a Facebook?
Yeah,
internet?
facebook.com/EdensLie, EdensLie.com. You can hit up iTunes, Spotify, listen to the stuff. There's many ways to find us out there.
How many albums have you guys released so far?
This is our 7th album,
7th album?
studio album. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys working on a new album currently? Or are you focusing more on tours, or what are you guys doing?
A little of both.
Little of both?
We're heavy into, there'll be a lot of shows this year for this album, but we've already started writing the ideas for the next album. We'll probably get heavier into the music at the end of summer, as we're headed into fall. Both of our recording studios are pretty hot in the summer. It's not a fun place to be.
Yeah, I feel like it would be.
Plus, we've kind of spent a lot of time in the studio last summer and stuff, so we're ready to get out and play. But the CD just came out a couple months ago. Get out there, promote it. And
Now, each album, does it have like a concept to it? Is there like a certain theme for each album, or is it just kind of whatever you guys feel like writing?
So on this album, the plan was, because as we were putting the band back together, we have a lot of friends, and there are just a lot of bands out there that write one or two good songs and then they put filler in. I said to Jeff, the only way I'm going to do a whole album and do this whole band thing is if we don't have any filler songs. So we wrote a lot of songs that just got left on the floor in the editing room. We really think this is a full song of singles. It's all hits all the way through. We've had some great reviews, by a lot of people in New York and Connecticut, some of the people that review albums, and that's exactly what they thought was, there's no dead songs, there's no just filler stuff, and that was really the plan. The next album that we've already started talking about will actually be our first concept album. We're not giving anything away.
yeah, so it'll be a
That's
story
totally
album.
fine.
That'll
Yep.
be really cool. Like, it'll be something we'll go out and play in the entirety, and
Yep.
probably a lot of cool visual stuff going on with it to go, with it. And but yeah, I mean, we really took our time. We took a long time, but we just wanted to make sure to put we would literally get almost a whole song done and be like, you know what, I don't know. And we didn't even have to really talk about what it was. Just, let's go to the next one. It was just simple. If we felt it, it ended up on the record.
Yeah, we spent 2 years writing this disc.
Was that the longest you spent writing an album? 2 years?
Absolutely, for
Yeah.
me. Because even in the past, with most bands that I was in, it was exactly that. You know, you'd write 4 or 5 really great songs and say, hey, we need to finish up an album. So you would just kind of slap together ideas that you had, or maybe songs you'd played before, and you get 4 or 5 great and, you know, 5, 6, 7 okay songs. I absolutely did not want to do that with this album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd rather take the time and get it a full album of good tunes than, you know, like you said, half killer and half filler, you know?
Yeah.
I bet there's at least another album's worth of material
Oh, yeah,
that we didn't put on
use.
here.
Yeah.
Just because something wrong with the song, or you listen to it and it just wouldn't hit you, or like, I don't think people are going to like this, or
Yeah.
just missing something.
We're very
Yeah.
critical of it. We're really hard on ourselves about making sure it was the best it could be.
Well, that's really good that
Yeah.
you guys take the time to look at your music, because music is your art. You're creating
Yeah,
this, and
absolutely.
you want to take your time to create something so you can touch your fans and the people that haven't even heard you yet, catch those ears and get your name out there.
Right.
'Cause,
And that's the thing too, is we've been around a long time, but we still make new fans.
yeah.
And if that's the first time they hear us is on the Open Your Eyes album, then I want to make sure that's the best that they hear and want to, you know, follow more, or even look back into, you know, some of the past stuff we did too, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. All the songs are good,
Thank you.
including the new one.
That's what we went for.
Yep. Okay, question. If you can choose your dream lineup, what bands and artists would you be playing with?
Ooh.
For me, it would definitely be based on the size of the crowd. So I think Bon Jovi, he's definitely drawing the bigger crowds. Bands to that caliber, you know, Journey's still packing them in arenas. I'd want to play so that we see more people. Maybe not my favorite bands in the world, but definitely the bands that I know that if we're on that bill, you know, there's going to be 60,000 people versus
Yeah.
5,000.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd love to play for the most we could play for. It'd be awesome. A stadium show. Imagine that. It'd be so cool.
Be scared.
Jimmy might pass out.
When you guys
That'd be
first
great.
started playing live shows, was there like any anxiety, or were you guys nervous to play, or did it just like you guys went on, you guys felt comfortable with each other, and it just went very smooth?
Yeah, by the time we got to this lineup, I mean, everybody comes from another band. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all seasoned pros. So even the first show that we played came quicker than we expected, you know, which was something that was offered to us. And we just kind of went out and killed it. Everybody in the band has, you know, more than 10 years of stage experience. So.
And plus, when you got a gig, when something comes out of the blue, like our first one, as with this lineup, it makes you, you know, get into gear and you got to get the job done. So, you know, extra practices, extra work, and you just do it. And then, especially, I know once we did that first show together, it was like, you know, like after that was like, it went well, and then you just want to do more shows at that point, you know.
Because we were really focused more on recording when we got
Yeah.
the offer for the first show. And it was like, sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why
Yeah, like,
not?
let's just go for it, you know. And you pull it together, you know, make it happen.
So, what is your main goal for the future of this band? Where do you see it going?
I'd like to just continue writing good music, have people enjoy it, you know, keep people interested, playing the gigs, you know. Obviously, it'd be awesome to make a living doing it, but, you know, at this point, you know, it's not really going to happen like that. So, but that's why we still do it, though. We just enjoy doing it. We just have a love for the music, and we just want to write the next album to be better than this one. You know, just always keep that mentality of we can do better.
Yeah, there's nothing better than, you know, we go to a lot of shows, and because we play a lot of national stuff, we definitely meet a lot of new people. So to have people who have heard of us and like are into us, like love us, you know, I mean, I've met some people that knew the band from, because Eden's Lie had been around for 20 years, but knew the band, you know, 15 years ago, hadn't seen them in a while, heard the new lineup, heard the new stuff, and is just like in love with the band and loves the songs. And that's what we want to do. We just want to get out there, make great music that people just love to listen to. You know, some of the feedback we've had and fan feedback and emails we get about the song, especially when we released the first single, and there was a long time before we released the album. You know, there's some production garbage that went on. So we got a lot of fan emails and stuff, people saying, you know, where's the album? Where's the album? We want more, we want more. And it's such a great feeling. And it sucked a little that we had to say, oh, hold on, hold on.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into, you know, we would think, oh, we're about ready for it, and oh, we get these, and then we'd have a couple more ideas of, we did that often. We'd be like
Yeah.
working on one thing, and then all of a sudden a new idea comes up, and it's like, oh, we got to work on this. So yeah, like, so we kept telling people, oh, it's going to be out soon, but then, you know, goes with the fact that we want to make it the best it can be ourselves. Like, we need to feel it's the best when we send it out there to people. So yeah, so we took longer than expected, but I think it was definitely worth the wait.
If you have anything you could talk about live performance-wise, or even just playing music for the younger audience, what do you guys have to say to them if they want to learn how to play or just play itself?
Practice, 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 and just go out there and do it. Don't worry about, I mean, you're not always going to be perfect the first time you're up there. I mean, we learn a lot by playing live, you know, but if you love it, you dream it, do it, you know, enjoy it. We do. That's why we still do it. I mean, we've been around a long time, and we're still at it because we enjoy it.
Yeah, it's all about having fun. And if you're not having fun, you won't do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotta put your practice in though, for sure.
Practice, yeah.
And then you
Practice,
can
practice,
have fun.
practice.
Practice makes perfect.
And for the youngers, support local bands.
Support us.
Always support your
Support
local
them.
music.
Yep.
Because without
Yeah.
your local music, you're never going to have the bigger bands.
You know what?
Bigger bands were local at one time.
Everyone
Yeah.
was local at one
And plus,
time.
like, make friends with other bands too, because like, you know, you get like a working relationship with these other bands, and then you can swap shows, you know, help each other out with things. I mean, we know a lot of bands that are pretty supportive of, you know, what we do, and we are, you know, we'll go to their shows when they have shows. They'll come to ours when we have shows. We play together. You know, just get that, just get out there and meet people. That's a good way to network and stuff too. You
Like
know?
I do with this show.
Yep.
Talk to certain bands, stuff like that.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's why you guys are on tonight.
We've
Yeah,
been,
thanks for picking a local Rock Talk name.
yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah, because so I had the first name. It was like, that's too long. then you said local Rock Talk. I said, well, that's a lot better.
At the time, I couldn't think of a name for my album, but I came up with a name for your show.
Yeah, that's
Came
something.
up with a name for something.
yeah. You
Yeah.
know, it comes when it comes.
Okay, question. When did you first start playing music? Are you self-taught or did you take classes?
You want to start, Jimmy?
I took lessons for piano and trumpet when I was in grade school, so I always had the music bug in me, so I learned that, and then I kind of self-taught myself some guitar in high school, and then tried to sing in bands, and then I picked up the bass and just never took lessons, just kind of went with it. And it's been working out.
It's always good.
Yeah.
It's good to know more than one instrument, because if you don't really like one, you can move to the other, or it might help you learn another instrument.
Definitely makes it
Yeah.
easier to learn.
What about you guys?
My first instrument that I played was trumpet in the school band, and the first practice in school, I'm sitting there with my trumpet, like, because it was loud and that's what I wanted, and then all of a sudden, bam, bam, I look back and there's some dude hitting a drum, and I said to my music teacher, I go, I wish I played that instead. And her name, I'll never forget her name, Miss Sisk. Her name was Miss Sisk, and she's like, you want to play the drums instead? I go, yeah. So she took my trumpet on her own time and exchanged it at the store for a drum, and I started just playing the snare drum. Then I got into doing drums, playing in bands, drums, and then switched to vocals. And that's the thing I was real nervous about when I switched from drums, being used to sitting in the back, to doing the lead vocals was like pretty nerve-wracking. But once I got that first show done, it was like I loved it. you know, and yeah, I like to play drums too, a little guitar, vocals, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just love music. This is
And yourself?
So I started, I was 6 years old, started playing drums as well. I took lessons all through school. I took some summer courses at Berkeley after high school. When I came back from Berkeley, I started teaching drums in Manchester Music Store. Started gigging out when I was about 17, you know, full-time playing drums. And then sometime in the 90s, I was in an original band, and it just seemed the guitar players that were in the band couldn't write a song to save their lives. Great solo musicians, they could, you know, a million notes on the fretboard, but the songs were just terrible. So I started playing one of my guitar players' guitars, all on one string, I remember it, and like just getting melodies to come out. And then I have some friends in the Manchester area that are amazing guitar players and teachers. So after I had been messing around with it for a few years, I took a few lessons here on guitar, a few lessons there on guitar. And then I'd go off on my own for a while, but mostly self-taught, other than, you know, probably a handful of 10, 12 guitar lessons.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend lessons. It definitely helps you to expand your learning. You don't get stuck. Just sometimes it's tough to get it done, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Seems like everyone started with drums. I mean, when I was younger, I started playing the snare drum in the middle school band.
Yep.
And later on in life, brought a little drum set. My brother started playing on the drum set, and then his friend Mike Rotho was actually really good at guitar, and his dad had a drum set. And my brother was over one day, just, you know, banging on his dad's drum set. And his dad's like, "Oh, you're really good at drums. You know, I know this guy Brian, and I'll pay for lessons for you. You know, you can start learning the drums." So I was a little jealous at the time because my brother's taking drum lessons, I'm not.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, I want to take drum lessons." Then I found out he was like really good at drums. So I was like, "You know what? Drums will be you. I'll leave that for you." And then he also taught guitar, so I started taking guitar, and that's how I got into playing guitar. And I just fell in love with it. Just it's a good way to express emotions and feelings.
yeah, it's great.
I mean, music will touch people in ways that you don't even know. You can even feel that way, which is it's a good feeling.
Yeah, and like I started when I started as the drummer in this band, and we lost our singer, and we started, you know, writing some new demos and stuff. Still didn't have a singer, so I did the demos because I always did the high backup vocals and stuff. And next thing I knew, the band was like, "Hey man, you should just sing. We'll get a drummer." And I was like, "Yeah, you're crazy, you're crazy." And then they were serious, so I was like, "Well, all right, I'll try it." And so I just moved from the back to the front, and
That works.
the way the story goes.
So, some of the songs that you've written, what are your favorite songs off any of the albums you've made with this band?
Well, our new release, Open Your Eyes, it's hard to pick a favorite one because we tried to have them all be like our favorites, but I really enjoy playing. There's a track called Next Move that I really like. It's an acoustic guitar song that the band comes rocking in on it. Our single, Open Your Eyes, It's Not You. I mean, I like them all. We play the whole album live, which is cool. Like, not a lot of bands will do their whole album, but we definitely do it.
So it's not like a song that is personally one of your more favorites than others. It's all just
I guess
like
Next
kinda
Move
equal.
off the new CD is probably like my personal favorite.
Yeah. And if you guys have a personal favorite song or
Yeah, but so I think Crossfire, which is the opening track, is maybe my favorite for selfish reasons. I just love the way the guitar
He
solo,
rips it up on it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite.
you know, the way it just fell in. When I write guitar solos, it's usually the last thing that we put in because I want to write to what I'm feeling from the song. So we'll have, you know, at least the what they call dummy vocal tracks done. You know, my rhythm tracks will be in bass drums, and I'll listen to the song for a long time before I'll even try to write a single note for a solo. I really want to feel the song before I try to put an expression in a guitar solo. And no lie, there are many songs that I've written 10 solos for because we write it and it's great. Then you listen to it and it's good. And you listen to it some more and it's all right. And
But sometimes he says, pick one. And so I listen, well, I like this one best. And then, I mean, remember some of the solos that we would put, like, the first section of the solo from this take and the second one, and we'd mix them up, and
So
then he'd have to like kind of relearn them when it was like we finally decided which
Yeah.
pieces to use.
Crossfire is one of the songs that I basically just sat down when I was ready to write it, and it just came out that way. And it really, I mean, have you listened to the whole album, any of you?
I actually never heard you guys until today.
We'll
Yeah.
change that. We'll give you a CD
Yeah.
after.
The
That'd be really cool. I appreciate that.
yeah, the first track, it just really has a lot of expression in the guitar solo.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of great compliments over it. We have a record producer that heard it, and he actually, in a Facebook chat that he was in, where they asked him, you know, what is his favorite guitar solos of all time, he mentioned my name in that track, along with guys like Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and all that stuff.
Can't go wrong with that company.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I certainly am not, you know, I don't put myself in that class, but he liked the solo so much, you know, and those are his favorite guys. So I knew
Must have
that.
felt really good to hear that.
It did. Well, like I said, a lot of the stuff we write, you know, it's all about the emotion. We want people to feel what we were feeling, and he totally did.
It's always good to be a guitarist where you can just talk through your guitar and just pretty much tell a story within those solos.
I usually argue with my guitar.
argue. If you feel like arguing with your guitar too, that always works.
Well, like with vocals too, and when you write lyrics, it's awesome when someone says, "Hey, I know what you mean by that," or they can relate to it in somehow, and that's what I like. Because, like when I write lyrics, I try to be like a little bit vague on what I'm writing about, so that people can kind of put their own experience into the song and be like, "Oh yeah, I felt that way about this," and someone might think this, you know. So it's not always like a specific thing you have to feel.
So there's different feelings. that
Yeah,
you
just
can
make it
portray
open
in
for the
it, yeah.
listener to,
Yeah.
you know, take in what they, you know, how they express it, you know, like how when they listen to it, they're, you know, the listening experience.
Well, we're really glad that Eden's Lie was on Local Rock Talk today.
Yep.
Finally, yeah, we
Yeah,
finally met up with
finally.
you.
Yep.
Thanks
If
for
you
having
guys can say it one more time where you can find your music so the fans can, you know, see that.
Yeah, edenslie.com.
And Facebook /Eden's Live Band.
Yeah, we're out here promoting our new album, Open Your Eyes, and you can also find it on iTunes, Spotify. Just do a search, you'll find us.
Yeah, there's stuff all over YouTube.
Yeah, you can listen to a lot of the clips on YouTube. Actually, we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/edenslie. So, and then you get a couple CDs right there.
Yeah, here's the CDs, a few CDs here of Eden's Lie. Again, we just want to say thank you for coming on Local Rock
Thank
Talk.
you, guys.
We really
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
having us.
Thanks for doing this too. This is
Yeah.
a great
Yeah,
show,
thanks for
man.
coming on.
Giving us the exposure and stuff. It's awesome.
Well, I'm your co-host, Kyle,
And I'm your host, Pausa.
and keep rocking on.
And thanks for watching Local Rock Talk.
Thanks for watching Local Rock Talk with your host, Paul Zagrili.